Welcome back to this final video in the series about Google Vids. There's a couple of things we haven't really talked about, and that is converting slides, creating storyboards, and although we did mention it briefly, let's just revise templates because they play a part in these other two things. So if we look at the template gallery, you can see that the template is a collection of layouts that are pre-made for you. So if you're not a designer, there's some stuff in here that can help you get started. Let's just pick one, maybe this one here. And you can see if I open that up, it has a whole bunch of pre-made layouts for you to select from. You'll get all of these slides inside the actual template. You can see if you scroll across there, there's a whole collection of different layouts to pick from. And if you choose this, then it's your job to simply go through and replace the text and the images with your own. It's simply a template of placeholders to get you started on the design side of things, if that's not your strength. All right, but more importantly, let's just go back to create a brand new video here. And this time, let's look at converting slides. Now, I've got a slide deck that I've made earlier that I want to turn into a video. So I can click on this convert slides option and it opens up my slide picker, and you can see the only thing it's showing me here are slides. So this is the one I want. It's a short set of slides about Canberra, and we'll click select. And it will import those slides into the Vids intake screen here. Now, you might not want all of the slides. So for example, I don't really want these last three. That's kind of a bibliography, and I don't want this question slide. I don't really need that one either. So that's great. I've picked the slides I actually want. There is the option in here to include an AI voiceover, script, and background music. So yeah, let's do that. Let's say import. And it will just take a moment and it will turn those slides into a video. So I'll just pause here. I'll come back in just a second. Okay, and we're back, and that probably took about 20 or so seconds to create that. Now you can see it's created the timeline down the bottom here. It's got some narration tracks. It's got an audio track. It's created some it's used the slides and converted them into scenes. And if I scroll back through here, you can see these are all the different scenes in this video. Now, when you get a longer video like we've got here, one of the useful things you might like to do is click on this little vision slider here and say fit, and it will fit all the slides into the screen so you can see the whole thing in one go. And of course, what that slider does is it zooms in to let you zoom in and out on the timeline. Let's just make it fit again like that. All right, and that's it. It's done it for us. Let's hit play and see what we get.
Welcome to Canberra, the nation's heart, a glimpse into Australia's capital city. Join us as we explore the unique blend of politics, culture, and nature that defines Canberra. Canberra's existence is a tale of compromise, chosen as a neutral.
So you can see that it's done a reasonably good job there. I'm just going to jump around and have a look at a few things. Let's jump into this one and hit play.
Of national institutions. You'll find the National Gallery of Australia, housing the National Art Collection, the National Library of Australia, and the National Museum.
One of the things you'll notice that I think it does really nicely, if we just go to this slide here, for example, this slide here has 3 panels on it, and it doesn't just read what's on the slide, it actually summarizes the slide.
Canberra is a vibrant and growing modern city, home to approximately 473,000 people. It's an education hub with institutions like the Australian National University.
So you can see that it's creating a soundtrack and a narration track using the AI voice that's based on what's on the slide, but it doesn't just simply read the slide, which is probably a pretty good idea. So that's how you use the import slides function. All right, let's just do the last one. Let's go back up and create a new video here. We come back to this initial welcome screen. And the final thing is to look at the storyboard feature. So let's click storyboard. And down here, you can describe your video. So you just type in just like an AI prompt. So I think I've got one here that I've made already. Let's grab this one here. Act as a knowledgeable teacher of primary students. Create a video about reptiles suitable for a Year 5 class of students in Australia. Focus on specific features of reptile category such as snakes, lizards, and turtles. So I'm quite specific there about what I want. Now you might have noticed that if you type an @ symbol, you can actually start to search. So if I had a document about reptiles I wanted to include, you can attach that as well, and it will use that as part of the creation of the AI version of this video. All right, so let's say next. And again, first thing it does is it creates an outline. So it's having a think about what would be a good storyboard for this video. So you can see it's going to start with an introduction to reptiles, what makes an animal a reptile, cold-blooded creatures with scales, and then it goes through and it's created a whole bunch of sections for this video in the form of a storyboard. Now, if you don't want something here, you can click on the little bin and remove it. If you want to add a scene, you can click on the plus and add a scene in between those two. So you've still got some control over what's happening here. And of course, even once it's made, you can go and override things if you want. Let's just click next. And then it asks you to pick from the templates, which is what we mentioned earlier. So there are a whole collection of templates in here, and it will replace the content. So, you know, this video here, which has a picture of a lounge, it will be replaced with probably a picture of a reptile. Okay, it's simply just the visual look and feel that you're looking for here. So let's go with this one. And that looks pretty good. Let's say create the draft video. And again, that will take a moment. I will pause the video here and come back in just a moment. And we're back, and here we are. That took about 30 seconds to make that. You can see what it's done here. It's created the soundtrack of the narration. It's got a music track that it's selected, and it's created all of the slides based on the storyboard that it came up with earlier. You can actually look through the script here. So there's the script that it's created. Let's just put that away for now, and let's see what it looks like.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're going on an exciting adventure to learn about some amazing creatures found right here in Australia, reptiles. Reptiles are a fascinating group of animals with some very special features. They play a super important role in our Australian environment. So what makes an animal a reptile? Let's explore their unique characteristics. Reptiles are cold-blooded.
Okay, so now there's some things in here I would probably change. I don't particularly like this video. It's not actually a snake. And, you know, there was a video there of some kids sitting around, and might or might not be relevant to what you need. So you can go through and replace these simply by clicking on this thing and saying find a different video. You can see you can upload your own or generate your own or add them from wherever you find the videos. So you can obviously override everything in here, but it forms a great starting point for getting you started on a video if you're not sure where to start. So there you go. We've talked about quite a lot of things in Google Vids. Let's just go back to the splash screen again. We've talked about most of these new things, how you record yourself. We've looked within the tool, how you can upload your own content. We've looked at AI avatars and how you generate your own videos with VO 3.1. And there's really no limit to the creativity you can come up with when you start using Google Vids. Just get in here, enjoy it, have some fun, and explore. Thanks for joining us.